Isn't that a great one? Yes. Joshua and I were just talking about it. Did you guys get one?
No.
He didn't either, that's what he was saying.
Dave. Hey, Coach.
Hey.
I know you've said how you're still learning like the intricacies of the league, and there are some things that you feel like maybe you don't know enough about to have a full opinion. But looking at a team like Indiana, they have multiple players out, almost like a mirror of where you guys were earlier in the season. With some of the scheduling, like recently when you had, what was it, 7 games in 13 days or something like that, do you feel like, in terms of the injuries that we're seeing and maybe how it may correlate with some of the weird scheduling things, that's a conversation worth having, moving forward as the league continues to expand and possibly add games?
Yeah, for sure. And it's interesting you bring that up because I was just talking with our staff about that. We were talking about, like, I wonder what it is. What do you think it is? Why is there so many injuries? And there's probably a lot of reasons, and I think it's probably a 12-month. I think you have to look at the whole calendar year for these athletes, not just the W season, because they're playing overseas or they're playing they're not getting that break that most professional athletes get in the off season. There really is no off season, so I think you can look at that. You can look at the physicality. You can look at the way the games have over the past few years. Just the time in between games has shrunk. So I'm not the person in the room to make those decisions, but I think it's a great question. I think everyone's asking it, and I'm certain the league and the owners and all the powers that be will evaluate, like, really kind of peel back the layers as to what's going on, because nobody wants that, right? And franchises don't want it, the league doesn't want it, so hopefully we can find a fix. But I don't know the answer, but it's interesting you bring that up because we were just talking about it.
John W. Davis with the Southern California News Group. Backcourt play is always important. Your backcourt, Julie, Kelsey, their backcourt's got some former Sparks in it now. Odyssey Sims, Shea Petty. Got some people who very some vets, and they knew what they were doing here, and they know what they're doing over there. How are you approaching this matchup when they've got some extra familiarity with what you got going on?
Yeah, I mean that's the unique thing about this league too, right? With players kind of those 7-day contracts or hardship contracts. Yeah, and Odyssey and Shea were great for us, and it's kind of the nature of the league. You play somebody 4 times, there's going to be a little more nuance to how you play, and we're going to have to do some different things, and that Shea and O are not privy to. So I think it's just kind of, we've had that experience of Dallas playing with Grace Berger. Like, we've had players here that are now elsewhere, and we play them, and it just is what it is. But I'm always a believer that the other team could probably sit in our shoot around and watch everything. We still got to execute, and I don't think it's classified information. You can watch the film and see it. They might know the name of it, but we still have to execute it. They still have to execute their defensive plan. So I don't think too much about it, but those guys are doing well for Indiana. I'm happy for them.
Coach Rakia Jackson was listed as questionable. Do you have an update for us regarding Ms. Dexter's name?
I don't. I have not checked in with the medical staff. She did a little bit at shoot-around, not a ton. So we're going to find out here, and that's my next stop. So hopefully she can play. If not, then Ray Burrell will start, and we'll just go a little deeper in our bench.
Let's go to Zoom first, Infinity TV, and then we'll go back to the room.
Hey, Coach. Michael Matthew here outside of Emmy's Square Pizza. The question tonight was some, which I like to call Azare, Dearica, KP, and Rakia. When they're all productive, it kind of helped you guys go on a run to get you back in this thing for the playoffs. But these last 2 games, teams have kind of done a better job putting the body on Azare to make it tough. What can you guys do tonight to kind of open things up for her?
Well, I think that's a great point. And she is one of the big 4. I told her yesterday, in the month of August, she's actually shooting her highest percentage of the season, and she was surprised to hear that. Sometimes, you know, it's a long season and you can have a couple things go wrong and then you just start telling yourself that you're not playing well. And so you know, we watched some film and all the things, but she just has to be aggressive, and a lot of her shots come from just the movement of the ball, and you know, her length and all the things. So she just has to be aggressive and kind of hunt those opportunities for her to knock down threes or the O boards, and you know, she can put the ball on the floor too. So you know, I think for her it's just a mindset of being more aggressive and staying confident.
Coach DJ here. Looking at the stats going into this game for both teams, it's eerie how close the teams are, like the Fever
Yeah.
and the Sparks with the percentages. How important is the coaching chess match at that point to differentiate the winner of the game?
Well, that's the fun part. And again, you play somebody 4 times, it's not checkers, it's chess, and you've got to make some adjustments, and you have a really good feel and vibe for how they play, how they score, what makes them successful, what they struggle with. And so it's figuring out, you know, as a nerd, I love that kind of stuff, figuring out how to maybe attack some of those things on both sides of the ball. So it will, you know, the games we played with them have been close, and it's come down to kind of execution, last team to make the run. And while those games are stressful, they're really fun too.
Justin.
Hey, Coach.
Hey.
The other day, you said something that you said many times throughout the season, which is shooting percentage. There's a direct correlation between that and shot quality. Obviously, your guys' offense, you know where you like to get the shots, but kind of on a personal level, how do you get a group of people who are all unique and all individuals to buy into a system where you're trying to only look for, not only look, but you're looking more for specific types of areas of the floor without stripping what makes them unique and individuals as players?
That's a great question. I think they have to understand the why. So it's not like we limit the shots they can take. We show them why to prioritize this shot over that shot. And it's all, the numbers are clear. And so it's just daily reminders, and we have our own little system of how we do that. And they see the results in outcomes, whether it's personal outcome, you know, how did I perform, you know, how did I shoot it that day, or how did we as a team shoot it? And so it's the process of daily reinforcing the principle. And so that's, it's not like if somebody takes a shot that we're not prioritizing, it's not like I'm gonna blow my whistle and freak out, but you might point out like, hey, you know, you shoot that 10 times, as a team, we're gonna score, you know, 6 points. You shoot this shot 10 times, as a team, we're gonna score 14. So this is why, and it's just the consciousness of it. But it's gotta be kind of the daily reinforcement.
Clara with the last question.
Hi, Coach.
Hi.
Clara Alexander with the LA Times. With 8 games remaining before playoffs, what specific adjustments are you planning to address when it comes to the challenges that you face this season?
Meaning what?
With the
Like
team,
what challenges this
like
season?
defensively,
Oh.
just ball movement and like shooting.
Yeah, I think, you know, we just gotta take it one at a time. I like that we have 8 games left. A lot of teams have a lot less. So with more games, yes, there's more fatigue or whatever, but there's more opportunities. So we've gotta take them one at a time. Again, I know that's a boring answer, but that's the truth. And play with an urgency. And not, as I've said before, not focus and harp on what we're not good at. But at this point, really hone in on what we're great at, and enforcing that and getting to that and seeing how we can make those things happen. But 8 games left, we just have to go one at a time. It's still in front of us. It's an uphill climb, but it's right there.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, thank you guys.